The Zephyrian fleet commander Zeltar gazed through the transparent aluminum of his flagship's observation deck, watching the final human colony ship disappear into hyperspace. The year was 2387, and what the Galactic Council had termed the Great Exodus was finally complete. Earth's children, scattered across a dozen failing colonies, had vanished into the dark between stars. "Good riddance," Zeltar muttered, his chitinous mandibles clicking with satisfaction. The humans had been nothing but trouble since first contact 60 years ago, refusing to bow to superior civilizations, questioning ancient galactic law, and worst of all, inspiring other lesser species to rebellion. The Zephyrian turned to his second-in-command, a serpentine Kvaleth named Seth. "Begin colonization protocols for the Sol system. Earth's resources will fuel our expansion for centuries." Within months, the galaxy settled into a new rhythm. The Zephyrian Empire expanded unchallenged, absorbing former human territories. The Kvaleth Syndicate claimed trade routes humanity once defended. Even the smallest species grabbed pieces of what humans had left behind. Peace, they called it. Order. Commander Zeltar, now Grand Admiral of the Outer Rim, established his personal estate on Earth itself. The irony pleased him, ruling from the throne world of an extinct species. He converted the old United Nations building into his palace, its human artifacts displayed like trophies of a successful hunt. For 50 years, the galaxy prospered under this new order. Wars between the great powers became mere skirmishes over resource rights. The Galactic Council grew fat and comfortable, certain that their greatest threat had eliminated itself through voluntary exile. They were wrong. The first sign came from the Kepler sector, a region of space humanity had explored but never colonized. A Zephyrian mining convoy simply vanished. No distress signals, no debris field, nothing. Search and rescue teams found only empty space where 12 heavy freighters should have been. "Pirates," the Council declared. "Remnant human raiders, desperate and dying." The second incident was harder to dismiss. An entire Kvaleth battle group, 3 cruisers and their escort destroyers, disappeared near the Veil Nebula. This time, there was evidence. Energy signatures unlike anything in galactic databases, and a single transmission on an ancient human emergency frequency. "We remember." Grand Admiral Zeltar studied the intelligence reports in his Earth palace, unease growing in his thoracic cavity. The patterns were troubling. Each attack had occurred in previously uncharted regions, areas where long-range sensors showed nothing but empty space. Yet something was out there, something that could strike without warning and vanish without trace. The third incident shattered the galaxy's comfortable delusions. The Therian hegemony's fortress world of Kethrol, heavily defended, deep within their territory, went silent overnight. When the relief fleet arrived, they found the planet's defense grid disabled, its population centers intact but empty, and massive crystalline structures growing from the world's surface. The structures pulsed with the same unknown energy signatures. In the ruins of the planetary government complex, carved into the primary council chamber wall, was a message in perfect galactic standard. "We told you we were leaving. We never said we were dying." Panic spread through the core worlds as more attacks followed. The assailants, if they could be called that, never harmed civilians, never destroyed infrastructure. They simply removed military assets and political leadership with surgical precision, leaving behind those crystalline growths and cryptic messages. Grand Admiral Zeltar convened an emergency session of the Galactic Council. Representatives from dozens of species filled the ancient Earth chamber, their voices a cacophony of fear and rage. "How?" demanded the Therian delegate, his synthetic voice crackling with static. "How do they appear and disappear at will? Our sensors show nothing until they strike." "More importantly," hissed Ambassador Seth, "what do they want? If not conquest, then what?" Their answer came sooner than expected. Every communication array in the galaxy activated simultaneously, overriding all other signals. The transmission was audio only, but the voice was unmistakably human, calm, measured, tinged with an emotion that took the listeners a moment to identify. Disappointment. "Citizens of the galaxy," the voice began, "this is Admiral Chen of the Terran Expeditionary Force. For 50 years, you believed humanity extinct, driven to exile by your superior numbers and technology. You carved up our worlds, claimed our discoveries, and declared yourselves the inheritors of our legacy." A pause, filled only by the collective breathing of a dozen species holding their breath. "You were half right. We did leave, but we didn't. Run away to die in the dark. We went to grow." The transmission cut to a visual feed that sent shockwaves through every military command in the galaxy. Ships, if they could be called ships, filled the space above Terra. Organic curves merged seamlessly with crystalline geometries and metallic surfaces. They moved like living things, phasing in and out of normal space, as if the barriers between dimensions were mere suggestions. 50 years, Admiral Chen continued, her image appearing on screens across the galaxy. Older now, her hair silver, but her eyes burning with quiet determination. 50 years to explore the deep dark, to find civilizations you never dreamed existed, to learn technologies that make your greatest achievements look like stone knives and bear skins. The camera pulled back, revealing the bridge around her. Human crew members worked alongside beings of crystal and light, entities of pure energy, and others whose forms defied easy description. Technologies beyond current galactic understanding, hummed with barely contained power. "We made friends in the darkness," she said simply. "Real friends, allies who judge by character, not species, who share knowledge freely instead of hoarding it, who understand that the galaxy is vast enough for everyone, if everyone can learn to share." Grand Admiral Zeltar felt his exoskeleton crack under the pressure of his own clenched claws. Around him, representatives of the galaxy's most powerful civilization sat in stunned silence. "You have a choice," Admiral Chen concluded. "The galaxy you've built is failing. Your wars over our scraps, your oppression of smaller species, your fear of anything different, it's all coming apart. We can help you build something better. A true galactic community where strength comes from diversity, not domination." The image shifted, showing vast construction projects in the spaces between stars, habitats that could house billions, research stations where dozens of species worked together, fleets that moved like schools of fish through folded space-time. "Or," her voice hardened, "you can continue as you are. But you'll do it somewhere else. This galaxy has room for civilization or conquest, not both. Choose wisely. You have one standard month to decide." The transmission ended, leaving the galaxy in chaos. Some species immediately began drafting surrender terms. Others prepared for war against an enemy they couldn't fully comprehend. A few, the wisest among them, began asking different questions. What could they learn? What could they build together? In his palace on Earth, Grand Admiral Zeltar stared at the empty screen for a long time. Outside his windows, those crystalline structures had begun to grow, their soft light reflecting off buildings humanity had left behind. They pulsed in complex patterns, like a heartbeat, like breathing, like the galaxy itself coming alive. For the first time in 50 years, he wondered if the humans had been right all along. Maybe the universe was big enough for everyone, if everyone could learn to grow. The month was just beginning.